I would tell the young Etim, learn the business parts and grow your skills simultaneously. Do the two together. Don't, do one and dump one. The same way, don't learn the business and not have the skill. Have the skill, grow with it, learn the business parts.
Hello and good day. My name is ARKORE, the creative director at ARKORE Photography Studio, and your anchor, Business Gist with ARKORE. Today, I'm in a different terrain with a different person entirely from what we do normally. Today, we are with an OAP with almost a decade experience. That's a lot. Young, but then has a lot of experience. And today we are with UBON ETIM. Did I get your name?
Yeah.
I tried.
I'll pardon you.
I'll
pardon you.
I tried. Okay. All right. Can you introduce yourself?
All right.
Say the name the way it is.
All right, good people, great minds. My name is UBON ETIM.
UBON. Okay.
Now people call me Etimficiency, and like I would always say, Etimficiency is just the name is Etim. Efficiency is the aim. So bring the two together. That gives you Etimficiency.
The fact that OAP have a way of whining words, they have a way of mincing words.
No. It's not just. It's just something I was just thinking of. Okay, my name. When I was thinking of a name to give my brand.
Okay.
I was like, okay, what's the goal of this brand? Like, okay, to be efficient and whatever we're doing. Okay, so bring the name inside now. Okay, I wanted to use UBON, which is my name. And because a lot of people do not even know that Etim is actually the surname.
I don't know.
But how will it sound like UBON Efficiency? No. I decided to go, okay, Etimficiency, because it's just a continuation. So I just removed one E and replaced it with the E from Etim.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So you've been on the air for like 8 years.
Yeah.
So how's the journey been so far?
The journey has been cool with its challenges. So I think the ability to overcome the challenges has been the cool part of the journey so far. I've been able to learn, unlearn, and relearn.
I think that's more like the main purpose of education, to learn along the line.
Along the line, like that. There's no profession that you don't get to learn along the line. So that's just it. It's been amazing. The past 8-9 years has been amazing.
So you starting quite early. Is there more like something you can say, okay, this is what it has done for me starting early? Compared to, I'm very sure in your space you'll have seen people that started quite late.
Sure.
Let's say in their 30s, in their 20s, for example. So how has you starting early, how has it impacted your journey?
It's actually impacted a lot because it has given me that space to quickly learn whatever I have to learn.
Make the mistakes.
Make that mistake, and learn from the mistake. Because one thing is being on air and there is a live part, which is what I have done the most. I think majority of my programs have been live programs. I was starting from Children's Playground, Cruise on 90.3. Yeah, it's been live. It's been live programs.
That's tricky. Meaning that if you make a mistake, you can't rewrite it.
Exactly. And so there's the place of, okay, your script not scripting. And there's also the place of, I shouldn't have said this, I shouldn't have said this. There's an NBC rule that doesn't allow this and all that. So I've been able to learn, know the rules, know the game.
So apparently for you to have learned all through that journey, you most likely are people you look up to. So who are the let's say 3 top people you look up to and why you look up to them? Okay,
and this is what I'll call the emotional part. Emotional part for me. I started this journey with the help of one man, which I would always, make reference to everywhere I get to share my story like this. One, sweet Steven Shoton, who have blessed memory. He actually, there's this thing that they say now, brought me out of the gutter. Yeah. I was just one student then in secondary school, doing debates here and there. And it was a compare, one of the biggest and finest compare we have in Southwest Nigeria. And so one day I was like, you're good at this. So he picked me, asked me to be his mentee, And in fact, then I didn't know what what they call mentee. I know what they call mentor. I didn't know what they call mentee. So he has been that inspiration. So even after his death, I still look up to him. There are times I listen to his programs for fresh inspiration. And then I would also say my current boss, my current CEO at Oluboyega. Yeah, he has been one of those, even right from when I didn't even dream of becoming an OAP. I've always been listening to his shows. I like his eloquence, his flow. Yeah, I admire him for that. And also, let me say, top three, right?
Yeah.
So for the third person, I will go for Godday Gotegono, which is currently my head of station. So one thing I look up to him for is flow. Yeah, he has the flow, and he's one of those, top people that knows everything about broadcasting. Start from production, scripting, newscasting, presentation. No, I give it to him.
Well, you're just focusing on. Wait, you do MC, you do OAP. What other thing do you do on air?
On air?
Yeah.
I present. And
presenter, OAP.
Yeah, I'm also a promoter.
Promoter, wow.
Yeah, because one way or the other, having to talk to a lot of people that you do not even know the numbers, so it actually gives you an influence. Yeah. So I promote talent, be it music, anything. That's why, especially for teenagers, I am so passionate about them, because my major show has always been about children and teenagers. Yeah. So if you're a teenager and you have something, I am always open. I do that for free, regardless of the implications. Sometimes I make sure I cover for it. So I promote on that.
So now, coming from the POV of a promoter, so how has the business side of being that social butterfly been? I mean, I know AP obviously. You can call them a social butterfly. So as it's quite something that deals with people's emotions, relating to people. So also being the cooler part, the money part.
The money part. Yeah, the money part has to be something you have to fight for. Because already, fine, we are still saving on those states. If you are in somewhere like Ibadan, where anyone can just stand up, wake up today and say, okay, I am an OAP. I can MC, I can do jingle, I can do this and that, without the professionalism and the technical know-how, and just make something for you. See, that's where competition comes in. So for me, it's been on the standard of efficiency. So I know what I do. I'm very good at what I do.
And the worth.
I know what it's worth. So, but then it now depends on some clients appreciate, and some clients are like, no, this is, we have to balance it anyways. When we have clients that appreciate what we do, and the clients that feel like, okay, they can actually go to a studio and make it themselves. So it's just the business side is quite tricky. You have to know your audience, what they want, and how to give them what they want. So that's just that side.
That's quite impressive. So what are the things you do to renew the creative energy? I mean, you get to talk for minutes without being necessarily scripted. You get to relate with people, let's say outside as an MC. You get to promote, you get to present. So how do you refresh and renew the energy?
Yeah, like I said, in the journey for the past 9 years, it's been an opportunity for me to learn, unlearn, and relearn. So sometimes I just, listen to people talk. I am not the one talking this time. I just want to be in that room, very quiet, even unnoticed, and hear what, this guy has to say, this lady has something to say. Just bring it together, then reason, how can this be better? What perspective is this person talking from? Then it helps me, create the content that I put on there. And sometimes I just take a break. When I take a break, grab a book, read, and then listen to the people I look up to. It actually helps a lot, and then it helps me to recreate something better.
So we can say that to be a good speaker, you must be a vibrant listener.
Exactly.
That pays attention to people's details. When you just talk.
Because sometimes it's not even you talking. There was a time they called us Asolo Magbesi. But now we have people calling, And there is this like, it's technology is eating deeply into the media
Yeah.
now. We have social media.
Social media.
But barely will you see a radio station that doesn't do this Facebook live stream.
Yeah.
So we have people dropping comments while you are presenting. And so there's always the place of you, opening the phone lines for people to call in. And so they tell you, okay, you bring facts that you have to handle.
When you started out, let's say that 8 years ago, there's really no much influence of social media on the mainstream media. So, what has been the positive, or from your own POV,
Okay.
how has it been integrating the traditional media to the social media?
All right. Currently, I primarily work with my station, Crest FM. I work with Crest FM ARKORE as the social media manager.
Oh, I mean, so this question looks like perfect for you.
So it's been a lot, because there are times that just reason it's creating content for people that should be making content.
Yeah.
You know how it feels now. So we're looking at, okay, there's always the consideration of the target audience now. Using Facebook, fine, you can always access the news or stuff on your phone anyhow. But then there's this social media part of it. Fine, there's the Facebook Live that we do to foster engagement and also to promote the brand itself. And there are people that, okay, they will never reason, okay, let me listen to radio on my phone. In fact, whenever they are driving, okay, some have the opportunity, okay, to want to tune in, but then you'd want to connect your Bluetooth and play music while you're driving. So there is this place that I now, okay, when I got to Crest, I now brought in this podcasting part of it to the station, and fine, it was approved. We had our challenges one here and there, and so okay, I picked a few shows. So you have the chance after presenting. There's a library that we call it data saver. You can always go and get your
presentation.
After going on here, it's always recorded, so you can go and cut it out. So I did that, and then there's a podcast for it. So I call it the Catch Up Podcast. So personally for my show, I have a podcast for my show. So after going on there, and I know I have people who want to listen, but probably during that time they couldn't. And you can never rewind the radio.
Yes.
So there's always the podcast part that, okay, probably you missed my show. I just dropped the link. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple, and you listen.
That's very brilliant. So lastly, before we let you go, if you want to start out afresh, what would you tell the young UBON to do differently?
Learn the business part.
Very important.
Learn the business part simultaneously, because at the end of the day, I ended up realizing that I only had the skill. And what's the
business of creativity?
Yeah, the business that would make that skill sell me and be financially responsible. I'll be responsive to my pockets.
Because
at the end of the
food
day,
inspires, money inspires.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you go on air, you sound sweet. The guy is sweet. But what if something happens to the guy and then you have to vomit public, like you're vomiting Gary? So,
serious.
one of the mistakes I made was not learning the business part. I was just thinking, okay, okay. Now,
and you were popular, people were knowing you, enjoying popularity, but the money was not. The camera was not reflecting the popularity.
Exactly. So I would tell the young Etim, learn the business part and grow your skills simultaneously. Do the two together. Don't, do one and dump one. The same way, don't learn the business and not have the skill. Have the skill, grow with it, learn the business parts. You would need the two at the end of the day. Talent alone cannot do it.
At all.
So the business side of it would help the talent to make the skill what you'll be proud of at the end of the day.
So I think even beyond OAP or media, I think this part is what most young entrepreneurs miss out, especially creatives. I mean,
exactly.
we enjoy the glamour, the likes on IG,
the
on
hype.
Twitter, the hype. Hey, Baba, now you fit snap pass, now you fit video pass. But at the same time, your account balance is not hyping anything.
It's not hyping.
It's not rising. You're just a swell. Your account balance no swell.
On IG, someone is telling you are so good. At the end of the day, your account is saying we are judging.
For real, we don't judge. So whatever you are doing as a young person, learn the business part. Everything you are doing, even if you are selling something, don't think that okay, this is meant for just creative. No, if you are selling something, learn the real business part. Know how to balance your account, how to balance your sheets, so that you won't be selling and you think because the numbers can be very deceptive. The numbers can be rising, they can't balance it, and at the same time you're not making profits.
Exactly.
By the time you just sit down and say, okay, remove the expenses from the income, they are fighting with each other. You are already eating the money without knowing. So whatever you are doing as a young person, I mean, and this is one of the things they don't teach in school.
Exactly.
I don't know, people that did bookkeeping in secondary school, I don't know if you guys learned it, but I doubt if they learned.
Like said one thing in one of his videos, that geography teachers will teach you everywhere in the world apart from where to find work and where to make money.
That's real. For real, that's very real. So whatever you're doing as a young person, do not, because you need money to finance these things. Things are getting very expensive. For example, if you want to start photography, which I do, if you want to start 5 years ago, it's not the same amount you need like times 10 most likely, because things are very expensive.
Funny thing, I tried photography. Yeah, early this year. Yeah.
What now chased you?
No, they told me nothing chased me.
Okay.
Nothing chased
Chase
me.
yourself.
I only add that a camera is around 2.6 million.
Yeah.
So.
You see, I mentor people in photography, and once you are coming, I give you the good news first. Photography is expensive, so don't think this is an easier way out of poverty. It is not an easier way out of poverty, because by the time you learn that a camera setup is 2.5 million, 3 million naira, and by the time you hear that for you to rent a studio you need like 15k, you have to calm down, because the people that want to book you for the first time won't want to pay you that amount.
Exactly.
So if you
also a sweet part of photography, because that you'd have to configure your mind to change perception a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Mobile photography.
I can tell you, your aunt won't book you for mobile photography. They say, they won't book you.
They even call you.
They'll call you. They will call photography.
Phone. That's the pay.
For you.
Even as an MC, when I started as an MC, I started with taking children's birthday.
Because you like kids?
Yeah, because I love kids, yeah. So there was a time, this person called me and said, the person, she was yet to give birth as at that time.
I don't understand. Booking in advance. Wow.
Now, that was not the painful part. So the painful part was the person was already personalizing the unborn child. Was she birthday? Was she MC first year birthday? I almost asked the person, "Are you even pregnant?"
You need to ask. See, generally, let me just use that as a more like a cap. Photography for kids is 100 times more stressful than you did with adults. I mean, everything I did with kids, because you don't know, their thinking space is different, is wide, is wild. So now you are trying to bring yourself down to their level, and sometimes photography shoots that I will take some for 20 minutes. If it's a child, the child may not want to sleep. Or if the child came into the studio sleeping, you don't want to wake up that child, because if you wake him up, he's going to cry. Or if he now wakes up by chance, now the child will start booting. So you have to wait for 20 minutes for a child to boot. Then you start begging the child, please stay, please hold, please. And the child is looking at you like, I don't even know you from here.
I know you're not saying it as the way it is, because there's a point that you'd like to act like the favorite cartoon character of that child.
And the mother is thinking that you shouldn't be money on me.
That personalization.
I know my child. I mean, we're not many in our house. I know my aburos. That one is not my aburo. My aburo doesn't act like that.
There was a time I told one woman, I am the last born.
Like, no, laburo. So thank you so much for coming, Etim.
It's always a pleasure.
I mean, telling the story, many people just see the glamour, the talking on stage. They think it's just Etim just started yesterday. No, there's always a process in which everybody have evolved.
Exactly.
I mean, there's nobody that actually just come up like boom. If you boom like that, you are going to deflate because it can't last that long. So enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, learn the business part of the journey, so that only I mean, you can be that in English. You won't be working. You won't be working for others to gain from it. So at least something can come into your pocket while you grow your journey. Thanks so much for coming.
It's always a pleasure, bro.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Bye.